You may not know what this bus is called, but if you rode transit in North America in the 80s to the 2000s, you've probably been on one, because the RTS was everywhere. But now, the only place where this bus operates in regular service is the Texas A&M shuttle in College Station. But who would be so stupid as to fly halfway across the country just to ride some old buses from their childhood?
It's not a vacation if you don't start it off with a picture of the wing of the plane.
Here's the plan. We're going to fly to Houston, take a Flixbus to College Station, and spend 2 days trying to ride as many of Texas A&M's 24 RTS buses as we can. We specifically timed the trip with a football game because even though the hotel costs an arm and a leg, we'd be able to take advantage of Texas A&M's extremely robust game day service to try to ride more RTS buses. Plus, if you're going to make a dedicated trip to a D1 football school, you kind of have to see a game, right?
Alright, so you wouldn't know it looking at this multi-lane Strode death trap, but apparently this is a farm road.
Farm Road 2347.
As of now, the plan is to go to the bookstore and get merch, because we're going to participate in this tradition tonight that's called the
Yell practice.
Yell practice, exactly. So we got to get merch so we can blend in. So I guess between now and then, the plan is to walk around campus until we spot an RTS.
2 seconds later.
They exist! We got one! I mean, we're not gonna get on it now, but we see they
I don't
okay.
quite know how to get on it, but
No.
this is the most exciting moment
It's
of my
nuts.
life.
Ooh.
That was an RTS.
It's nuts. I can't believe it's real. I can't believe
It's actually here.
I was too busy looking at Jackson's picture of the RTS to notice that another one came by. They have the weird door, the back doors go, it's great. Wow. So I guess you don't have to come on a game day weekend. I guess they run them in regular service.
I guess they run those regularly. Okay.
Oh well. The game will be fun.
We've got 3 RTS.
They're everywhere. There's 2, and there's another one. 31 Elephant Walk. So why haven't we actually gotten on one of these yet? Well, a Texas A&M ID is technically required to get on a bus, but according to our resident Aggie, Barrett, they don't actually check for ID on the on-campus routes, none of which we had seen yet. So after buying our merch, we head over to this main circle thing to try to get an on-campus RTS.
Oh, did you start the psych homework?
Oh, no, I haven't yet.
Oh man, let's do Sunday. Why is Jameson doing that to us?
All right, there's an RTS running on the 5, which is an on-campus route. Oh my god, they have like the RTS speakers, the weird things in the ceiling.
Weird things. Oh,
The stop requests.
Plastic backlit stop requested indicator.
That's so cool. Oh my god, I love the back doors. They're so cheap.
This thing has seat design like a 1992 Dixie cup.
It really does.
I think we might want to get off of the next one. Okay.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
At this point, we set out to ride every on-campus route while trying to get as many RTS buses as we could in the process. Interesting, this one has a different seating layout. This is forward-facing seats. I didn't realize there were differences between the vehicles themselves. In the meantime, let's talk a bit about the history of these buses. In 1977, the production of the RTS was started by General Motors. Although check out this insanely cool prototype from 1968. And through the years, the design made its way through several companies before ending up with Millennium Transit Services. But by this point, low-floor buses were the norm, and they were preferred by transit agencies because they were way more accessible than the high-floor RTSs. Ultimately, Millennium made just 2 sales. One to Pueblo, Colorado, and one to New Jersey Transit, who canceled the order, and its buses ended up in a variety of different places, including Texas A&M. So that's why the seats have the NJT livery, and that's why they're so dang comfortable. Millennium Transit Services ultimately went bust in 2012, but their website still exists in all its early 2000s glory. It even advertises variants that never came to fruition. There was the RTS Express, which was going to be a coach version of the RTS, and the RTS Extreme, which was actually a low-floor version that was piloted in Altoona, but it blew up. So really, these College Station buses represent the last dying gasp of a bus design that was the norm for 25 years. It was truly everywhere. And then, now, this is all that's left. So on that happy note, here are some other cool buses we rode. Here's the crappy pizza we had at a dining hall, and here's the improv show we watched.
Shout out to Freudian Slip.
Thank you. Yeah,
at, Texas A&M.
Oh wow, is it midnight yell time already? Welcome back to Miles in Football.
Miles in football?
Yeah. The midnight yell happens the night before every Aggie football game. A ton of students go into the stadium and practice their yells, which are not cheers.
That is a persuasive ass bass drum sound. So it begins.
Tomorrow, our fight Texas Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Mississippi State.
Are we allowed to say woo?
This is intricate.
Y'all get some rest tonight, get home safe, try to stay warm, and we'll see you right back here at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Thanks, Jacob, and beat down Mississippi State!
Well, our attempt to beat the crowd didn't work.
Yeah, right.
I want to emphasize that this was an incredible and unique experience. I don't think I've ever been able to drum up this much enthusiasm for anything, so being able to see thousands of people in a stadium at midnight cheering for their football team, it was truly incredible. Tomorrow was game day, which meant even more RTSs out on the road, but for now we walked the 45 minutes back to our Motel 6 for some sleep. Speaking of sleep... Alright guys, we have a big problem. Alina's just been in her room for the past 3 days. I've tried texting her, I've tried calling her, I don't know what's happening. Gotta find out. Let's just go in. I don't know what's happening. What the hell? Alina? Let's get a light on. What? What are you watching? Is that the Manta song? What are you What are you listening to it through? I gotta put a stop to this. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Okay. Did it stop? What are you doing? Is that a Manta sound mask? You've just been listening to the Manta song for the past 3 days? Oh my god. I mean, was it good quality? Like, can you see anything? Like when you have it on? Did you, like, get good sleep? What promo code did you use to get the mask?
Orbid.
Hey, it's the next morning. Unfortunately, the one diner in College Station isn't served by any buses and it's like super far from the closest one.
It's like 5 miles, so
we're gonna
here where we are currently.
Or Lyft actually, but yeah.
Nice.
Sorry. And there was more bad news. While the food at the Hullabaloo Diner was incredible, the diner part of the diner was closed, so all we could do was admire the diner from outside.
Menu shot. Right now you're looking at the menu shot.
Alright, so we've come to this like kind of pedestrianized part of Northgate. It's like a barber shop.
Having more fun than the law will allow. Got caught with some pot. DWI/MIP question mark. The law office of Drew Gibson can help. Italic exclamation point.
But you can't do it now because they've gone to the game and they'll be back later. So on game days, Texas A&M puts all of its transportation resources into a unique game day network. None of these routes check for ID when you get on, so we'll be able to expand our reach quite a lot and hopefully ride a bunch of new RTSs.
Also, we should note that this is number 620, which is the lowest number in the fleet, so this is probably the oldest, by small margin probably, but still, the oldest of the RTSs.
It's 3 p.m. and there's like a sea of buses all coming out, so I think that like we're getting closer to when all the other routes start running. This little layover has a Proterra, an RTS, an RTS, a Gillig, an RTS, and a Gillig. I hadn't noticed this before, the little stop requests. I remember these. Yeah, so this is an RTS being used to full capacity.
My heart is warm. So this bus is arriving like 45 seconds after ours pulled in, and this is also full.
Yeah.
This Bush Library game day route is clearly a juggernaut.
There's an RTS coming on Stotzer. It seems like no one really takes these things outbound, so we have an RTS to ourselves. But then I'm sure it's gonna get like slammed coming back in. There's an RTS on the downtown Bryan route, which goes way far out.
11 minutes later.
This is a route that goes quite far out, so I'm excited to be on an RTS, like going like way off campus.
This goes to downtown Bryan, which is apparently the town that was already here before this college kind of
materialize.
Diarrhea all over the area.
This is pretty cool, just being on an RTS bus flying through the Texas, like, hinterlands right now. I mean,
It's really awesome.
It's not farmland or anything, but... We did a brief lap of beautiful downtown Bryan before heading back onto campus to ride some more buses. So if you want to be crazy like us and make a dedicated trip to College Station to ride the last RTSs in regular service anywhere, you can see that they're very, very prevalent on campus. It's not like you're gonna have a hard time finding them, even on a non-game day.
I think this is the first time I've ever been on a heritage vehicle that has dots, which is...
Does it count as a heritage vehicle?
I think this is a heritage vehicle.
It's a heritage vehicle for us. Game days will definitely give you the most variety of buses, but if your goal is just to step on an RTS and ride it, you can really come in any time, especially given that game days are usually quite expensive here in College Station.
The thing we're wondering now is how do these tailgates work? So do you just like go and like offer money to people, or is it like based on you have friends and you just like say hi to people who you know and then take stuff? If you're watching in the comments, let us know so we can figure out what to do from here.
Also, since our trip, they've updated their tracker so you can now actually see the vehicle numbers, which is very helpful for trying to find RTSs. We're now gonna go into the stadium. We have realized that we probably should have tailgated because apparently you can just go and like get stuff, but instead we're now gonna have to spend $22 for 5 chicken nuggets.
Exactly. But I would honestly kind of rather do that than have a social interaction, so, you know, win-win.
Oh, the comments are gonna be horrific.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If they weren't already. So it turns out that our $80 tickets
Are at the literal top. There's like no other rows. It's the very top row of the entire stadium. Above this wall, there's nothing. Oh, good view.
They say nosebleed seats, but this is so huge, it's like actually a nosebleed seat.
It's a nosebleed.
Is this pizza better or worse than the pizza we had last night?
This is some of the pizza I've ever had. They also didn't cut it, so I'm just eating the entire pizza.
Wow, look at that. Oh my god. It was fun to watch the game and the Aggies were winning, but we're both band kids. When we got to the halftime show, it was like the most epic thing we'd ever seen in our lives. I want to point out that none of these people were standing up for the game.
They all stood up for the band.
Oh my god, it's just like, it's insane. They made a T and now they're like, I think they're gonna, oh, but they're gonna make it go the other way, I think.
What perfection!
That was worth the price of admission on its own. It's 47 to 10, by the way. It's good. I mean, we're winning. We've made an executive decision that we're going to leave 14 minutes before the end of the quarter because we were thinking of leaving 5 minutes before the end of the quarter. But the way the score is, nothing interesting is going to happen.
Even though we've given you plenty of reasons to give us very nasty comments so far in this video, here's another one. So feel free to let loose on us for our decision to leave the game early to look at buses.
Yeah.
Start now.
Eleven. Which presumably this is the last one. Oh, there you go. Okay, well, we're not the only ones leaving. I don't feel as bad. I love how these look at night, like the incandescent lights. It's just beautiful. This is so awesome how they stage this. Just 3 abreast. 2 RTSs going on right now. So they have the Bush Library flag here, and then just a line that goes all the way down. The game hasn't ended yet.
This is crazy. This is some quality foaming.
There's an RTS on the bonfire. It's a
So
fairly
why not?
short route.
625, we haven't ridden it before.
Okay.
Let's do it. This is probably our last ride on an RTS.
Most likely.
Revenue service.
Oh, what a tragedy.
I know, right? These things are durable, they hold up, they're designed well. And with that,
That's probably it.
the last RTS we will ever ride in revenue service.
Wow.
Probably, because I don't really see myself getting back here.
Yeah.
As interesting as this was.
Yeah, hi. This is the only type of this bus anywhere in the country.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, oh, like the...
They used to be like ubiquitous everywhere.
We're transit things. So
And now it's just, this is the
called
only place
RTS bus.
where
And
these
they used
run.
to have these in New York and Philly and Boston and Seattle, every major city.
Texas then.
You guys just haven't gotten rid of them yet.
So why did everyone else get rid of them?
Because this bus was designed in 1977, and it's probably
Yeah.
about time for them to get rid of them, but they haven't. And they're still holding up pretty well, so
Yeah.
we wanted to come.
Job, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Doing his job. So we wanted to come down here and
Is
ride.
this y'all's first time on the bus here?
No, we've been riding them all weekend.
I'm from Philly. He's from Boston.
That's actually
Oh,
awesome.
really?
Yeah.
To ride these buses.
Welcome to Texas.
Thank you. It's been a blast.
Everyone's been so friendly. There's another
Y'all
one.
been to Whataburger?
To where?
Waterbury.
Whataburger.
Oh yeah, we have. Yeah, we were there. That was the first thing we did when we got here. Yeah.
That's cool that y'all came down here.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Cool. Everyone's been so friendly. The game was really exciting.
Oh, you went
Yeah.
to the game too?
Yeah, yeah.
You'll chose a good one. We've been on a losing streak.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know you guys killed. Wait, who did you guys play?
Mississippi.
Mississippi. Yeah, okay.
We really thought that was the last RTS we'd ride, but then... Oh my god, RTS on the 26th! That's the route! That's the route that goes to our hotel! Oh my god, okay. That wasn't our last RTS. This is where it gets sentimental, I think.
I don't think it's sentimental yet. In retrospect, it'll be sentimental.
I feel sentimental. Look how the green lights come on when the door... Have you ever pointed that out?
That's really cool.
And I think that red light on top is when the wheelchair lift is happening.
Wow.
Oh wow, RTS for ourselves in the last ride.
This is sentimental.
Yeah, it's sentimental. When I was a kid, like, I started riding the bus when I was in, like, middle school, and I actually did not like these at the time. They're old buses, they're cranked, they're, like, creaky and weird. They only have, like, strips instead of buttons or cords.
Yeah.
But then, like, when the T got really close to retiring them, I just suddenly started to really appreciate them, and then they were gone. And then I rode one in New York. I went up to New York with Jordan, friend of the channel, the Tribal King, to ride one in New York, and that was amazing. It was, like, empty, it was, like, in lower Manhattan, and then that was it. And then 5 years later, they're still going strong here.
Exactly. We kind of hear through the grapevine that there's still a fleet of these in action.
A huge fleet.
On a random
24
college campus
buses.
in Texas. We still have some time left.
Yeah.
Probably not a lot of time left, because these were manufactured in 2006 and 2007 or so.
Right.
And that's kind of approaching the shelf life max of buses.
Yeah.
So if you want to ride RTSs in revenue service, come down here and do it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I've had a great time even besides these. I mean, Freudian Slip, the improv show was a blast. That game, like, that was so cool being
was
part of that
an
massive
electric
stadium.
atmosphere.
The band is amazing. The people are really nice.
The band runs like a Tokyo train schedule.
Like, I don't know if I'll ever come back here again, but
Yeah.
like, you know,
I'm glad I came here once.
it was a really, really fun town.
Yeah.
This is a great town. The people who go to this college are fantastic people.
It's
And
an amazing company.
yeah, and geez, they run just a great shuttle system in general with just really amazing buses. It is absolutely worth coming here, not only for these, but also just, you know, in general, it's a fun place.
Experience some Texas hospitality, ride some RTSs, come to College Station. Thank you so much. You have a good night as well.
Thank you so much.
That was it.
All right.
Our last RTS ride.
So apparently there are some charter companies in LA that do work for stuff like the Hollywood Bowl shuttle that still have a couple RTSs. But how insane would it be to go all the way to LA to see a show at the Hollywood Bowl and ride buses?